guys, and today we're going to learn about putting a bevel shadow, or it could be a highlight, in Illustrator. So the first thing we want to do is get some letters down on our artboard. T tool, again, we're going to type our name. I have it in Arial Black at 125 point. You guys should match me so that all of our measurements are the same. We're going to go to type and we're going to go to create outlines. We now have a shape. With this, we need to open our Pathfinder. So you're going to go into Window, Pathfinder. We're going to be using this a lot. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set the color for our text. I think I'm going to make this a bunch of blue. So it's a nice blue. We'll go with that. And we need to make this into one solid shape. Right now, Illustrator sees the M, the A, the Y, the E, and the R separate. So how we do that is we go to Object, Compound Path, Make. And you'll see it automatically defaults to being clear, transparent. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pick the blue. So now we're going to go back into what we learned yesterday and go to Object, Path, Offset Path. But instead of going out, and you could see it picked up where we left off, we're going to go in. So I'm going to do -4. And if you see that, what it does is it gives you a path inside the original letters. And we're going to hit OK. So now what I want to do is I want to click those original letters. And let's make that, how about like a nice light gray? It looks a little funny right now, but you're going to trust the process. So we have these gray letters. You're going to hit on your keyboard Command C for copy and Command F for front. What that does is it copies the same exact thing in the same exact place. So what I have is 2 gray letters right now on my board. I'm going to select the top one and I'm going to make it a different color so that I can see. I'm going to make it black. Now I'm going to select the black one and I'm going to just push it over in one direction. I'm going to zoom in so you could really see. For me, I'm going to push it to the right and I'm going to push it down. And what you'll see is you're left with this 3-level letters. You have the blue original, you have the gray, and you have the black. The black is really only there for us to see what we're cutting. So with this now, you want to select the gray, hold Shift, and select the black. And then you're going to go into your Pathfinder and you are going to hit the minus button. And once you hit the minus button, what that does is it gives you a nice little bevel to your type. Now you can play with this in a bunch of different ways. You could make this a darker blue so it then becomes a shadow. You can make this white, so it's a super highlight. You can make this a tone-on-tone blue. You can fill this with a gradient if you wanted to. You can make it yellow. Usually what folks do is they make it almost a tone-on-tone or a little bit lighter than what they have there so that it looks a little more natural. So I'm going to do that for us right here. And when you click and zoom out, it gives it a bevel effect. You can do this as deep into your letter as you want. We did it 4 points, which means from the edge of our letter, so this is our edge of our letter, we went into here. You can start yours closer to the edge or all the way in. So this is just another step to kind of set your logos apart, make them look a little more polished. Another thing, usually when I do this effect, I take the original blue and I do Command C, Command B now for boy, so that copy to paste behind. And then I make that a little darker. If you see I'm going into my color palette, I'm making it a little darker blue. And then I push it to the left and I push it down below a little bit. And you can eyeball it wherever you like it. And then it kind of gives it even another layer. And as it's getting darker, you can see that. It looks like a little shadow. And as you zoom out, your type is starting to have shape. Okay, guys, that's it for this explore test today. Practice on your name. Work with one where you give yourself a highlight, then maybe you give yourself a shadow, fill it with white, maybe, perhaps. Maybe add some strokes onto it when you're done. Play around with it and see what kind of effects you guys can do.